there are three more useful ifs functions that are worth knowing. And those are going to be the Maxifs, Minifs, and Averageifs. So those three different functions work the same way as SUMIFs, in that it's going to expect the max range, min range, average range as the first argument, then a criteria range, and then a criteria. And you can keep repeating criteria range and criteria as you want to add more criteria on. So they work very similarly, but let's just run through a couple examples here. So Maxifs will give us the maximum value based on some criteria. So let's say we want to get, let's get the maximum rate, interest rate. We'll change things up a little bit. And we're going to do it for loans like we have been doing that have values greater than $200,000. So we see that the biggest interest rate in that group is 12%. We can also flip that around and let's say the biggest interest rate for loans less than $200,000. Now we see 11% is our answer. So it's going to give us the biggest number from this max array that corresponds to loans that meet the conditions in our criteria array. So in this case, it's only looking at the loans that are less than $200,000. Of that set of loans, the biggest interest rate is our 11%. So Minifs is going to be the same idea, but now we're just looking for the smallest value from here. So let's do our criteria range on our loan amount. We'll do the less than 200,000. So we're going to look for the smallest from that set. And there we see 5% is the smallest interest rate of the loans that are less than $200,000. Now you also might want to know what's the average interest rate there. So then we can do Averageifs. Let's still average our interest rates. We'll use the loan amount. Again, less than $200,000. And we see that the average interest rate is 7%. When you see nice round numbers like this with averages, it's probably actually not that nice and round. So we can always add a couple decimal places to it. In this case, it is actually that nice and round. But you want to be careful that if there is a, you might not be showing enough digits many times when you want to see something like an average.